Home prices have skyrocketed at the beginning of the spring selling season this year. Here in Charlotte, we've seen double-digit home price appreciation from March to April. So what does this mean for our housing market and what can you expect moving forward? Today, we're going to review the most up-to-date information, stats, and data on our local housing market. We're going to review the Federal Reserve mortgage rates and what you can expect moving forward this year in our housing market so you and your family can plan accordingly. So stay tuned. And if you are new to the channel and you want to make sure you know everything going on in our local housing market, make sure you click subscribe and turn notifications on. That way you will be the first to know everything going on in our local housing market. My name is Josh Finigan, team leader with the Finigan Group, powered by eXp Realty, and every single day myself and my team are getting calls, texts, and emails from people just like you, either looking to buy or sell here in the greater Charlotte area, and I'll tell you, we absolutely love it. So if you are considering making a move, whether it's in 9 days or 90 days, feel free to give us a call, text us, email us, or you can schedule a Zoom meeting so we can meet face to face. The link is below. We'd love to learn a little bit more about what you're looking to accomplish and be there as your real estate resource of choice. So as we mentioned earlier, today we're going to review the most up-to-date data and information on our local Charlotte, North Carolina housing market. And guys, there's a lot to cover, so let's jump in. The Federal Reserve met again April 30th and May 1st, and they decided to hold rates at 23-year highs. And the main reason is inflation remains high. And I know all of us feel this every single time we go to the grocery store. The good news is the Federal Reserve made it clear they're not planning on raising interest rates any further than they already have. The big question is, when are they going to start reducing rates? And the answer is we don't know. So even though the Federal Reserve hasn't moved their prime rate, mortgage rates did increase in April, moving from 6.75 at the beginning of April to about 7.5 at the end of April. And guys, that's a pretty big difference. That's almost a 10% difference in buyers' purchasing power. So even though rates are high, the spring selling season really started with a boom. I mean, we sold 14 homes in April alone. So the market's definitely heated up in the spring selling season all across the United States, but especially here in Charlotte. So let's take a look at the Charlotte data. In April, we saw 1,431 new listings hit the market, which was a 5% decrease from the number of new listings that hit the market in March, but it was a 14% increase from the number of new listings that hit the market this time last year. So we definitely saw a little bit of a dip from March to April, which kind of goes against the seasonal trends and what we can tend to expect, right? So we want to keep an eye on that, but it's really good we saw the year-over-year numbers increase so dramatically, because if there's one thing this housing market needs, it is a little bit more inventory. In April, 1,241 homes actually accepted an offer, which was a 2% increase from the number of homes that accepted an offer in March, and it was pretty even with the numbers we saw last year. So we did see a little bit of an uptick when we look at the month-over-month numbers. But we did see the number of new listings outpace the number of pending sales again in April, which means our inventory is still increasing, but nowhere near the levels we need them to get to more of a balanced market. In April, 1,044 homes closed, which was a 5% decrease in the number of homes we saw close in March, and it was a 7% decrease in the number of homes that closed in April of 2023. But the real dramatic change comes when we look at the average sales price here in Charlotte. In April, the average sales price was $630,000. Guys, that was a 14% increase from the average sales price in March. And it was a 21% increase from the average sales price in April of 2023. That is bonkers. So this is a huge month-over-month jump in the average sales price. So we want to keep a close eye on this moving forward, see if it's something we can expect to see more often moving forward, or if it was a little bit more of an anomaly. But one thing I definitely think it points to is a lot of home buyers out there are starting to get used to these higher rates. They're starting to realize that the rates aren't dropping, and they're probably not going to be for some time. And if they do, they're probably not going to drop by too terribly much. And the overall sentiment, people are starting to realize the housing market may not crash. So we could have possibly seen a lot of people that were sitting on the sidelines for some time waiting for the market to crash or waiting for those rates to drop are continuously seeing that sales price increase. So now they're jumping back in the market. So what does this all mean for you? So if you are considering purchasing a property, then there's a few things you definitely want to consider. Number one is the rates are probably not going to drop as fast as we thought they did, and they're probably going to have more of a stair-step down approach, right? Where at the beginning of the year, we were expecting the Federal Reserve to have 3 to 4 rate cuts. Now we're expecting maybe 1, right? So we're going to see those higher interest interest rates for longer, and we've continuously seen the average sales price here in Charlotte increase, right? So that's definitely something you want to monitor and keep a close eye if you are one of those buyers sitting on the sidelines. And one of the biggest reasons, and for those of you who watch our channel know this as well, one of the biggest themes in our housing market is the lack of inventory. Until that changes, we're not going to see a big fluctuation downwards in our average sales price. So if you are a buyer sitting on the sidelines right now, either waiting for prices to drop or waiting for rates to drop, you may be waiting for quite some time. Now the rates will eventually drop, we all hope so, but the sales price probably won't in the foreseeable future. And if you are considering selling your home, there's definitely been an increase in the buyer activity and buyer demand. There's been a lot more buyers out there that are more comfortable with these higher rates. They're starting to get used to it. So the market remains strong and active even though we've seen these very high mortgage rates. So it is a really good time to take advantage of the market if you're considering selling. But the question of, is it right for you and your family to either buy or sell right now? It really depends on your personal situation and what you're looking to accomplish. The answer may be yes for some, but no for others. So if you are considering either buying, selling, or investing in real estate and would just like to know a little bit more about the market, timing, and your personal scenario, I'd love to be able to have that conversation with you, learn a little bit more about what you're looking to accomplish so we can discuss the best timeline for you and your family. So give us a call, text us, email us, or schedule a Zoom meeting. The link is below. That way we can meet face to face. We'd love to be able to learn a little bit more about what you're looking to accomplish and help you create a tailored plan to help you and your family achieve your goals. This housing market has fluctuated a lot over the years, and we've seen a huge increase in the average sales price. I mean, year over year, we're at 21% home price appreciation. It's crazy. So you may actually be sitting on a lot more equity than you think. So if you are just curious about what your home is worth, scan this QR code and we'll give you a free and instant home evaluation. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.